you admitting that you were mistaken in 2013-14 to support Mr. Modi, that you didn't know who Mr. Modi was? Or is this pure opportunism that say you had got some of the loaves and fishes of office when Mr. Modi took over, then you would have supported him? Is it a principled battle or an opportunistic statement you're making when you say soul of India?
It is a principled battle according to me, and I'd like to remind you there is a popular misconception that the party denied me the ticket in 2014. Fact of the matter is, I myself refused to contest the Lok Sabha election of 2014. It's a matter of record that even from the meeting of the election commission, the then party president, Mr. Rajnath Singh, called me and said, please reconsider, because the election committee wants you to reconsider and contest this one last election. And I said, no, I have made up my mind. I will not be able to do justice to my constituency if I contested this election, and therefore I am out of it.
I come back to it, sir. You are saying this is a battle for the soul of India. Many will say that the Rashtrapati's position, in a sense, is a ceremonial post now. All the executive powers lie with the Prime Minister of India. Do you therefore really believe that a presidential election, in a sense, can be converted into a battle for the soul of India? Or is it simply that whoever has the numbers, and because the government-led alliance has the numbers, you win the election?
This will be very unfair to the high office of President to look at things in this way. The President of India, of course, is bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers, but the President of India has very well-defined powers under the Constitution. And our Constitution is based on the principle of checks and balances. And the President of India is one such check on the executive. And it is within his powers to tell the executive where the executive is wrong.
No, is it a check, or would it lead to a confrontation?
No,
if you were President of India tomorrow, Mr. Modi as Prime Minister, someone whose style of functioning you don't approve of, would it only lead to confrontation?
No, it will not lead to confrontation for the simple reason that the President will advise the Prime Minister about how he should function, and the Prime Minister is bound to listen to that advice. Equally, I mean, just as the President is bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers, the Prime Minister should respect the advice of the Prime Minister or the President.
You know, in a way, Yashwant Sinha ji, 14 opposition parties have come together. But clearly, as I said at the very outset, the opposition itself seems divided. And there are those who today believe that increasingly we are becoming a country where the BJP is the dominant party of the day. Do you agree with that, that we are increasingly moving towards a dominant party democracy?
It is a very dangerous thing if this country were to move to a dominant party democracy. You know,
if that's what the voters want, who are you and I to disagree with
No,
them?
we can always tell the voters what is right for the country and what's not right, isn't it? I mean, that's where the contest is. It's not merely the contest for who puts the vote where.
So, but in a presidential election, the MPs and MLAs don't go by what voters or citizens want. They go by their party affiliations.
They go by their party affiliations, but it's still a secret ballot.
Are you asking for a conscience vote?
I am saying that if parties alone were to decide what the role of the party members will be, then why should there be a secret vote? Why should there be a vote at all? Then every party comes and says, you know, our numbers are for so-and-so, and therefore no election.
Let me ask you in conclusion, is there any possibility of you at all withdrawing your candidature between now and 18th if the numbers don't work in your favor, if Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Andhra do not choose to vote with you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And if Orissa votes with my rival candidate, because she belongs to that state, I see no reason why Jharkhand, Bihar should not vote for me, because I belong there.
You are making a virtual appeal to Nitish Kumar to reconsider his stand.
I am making an appeal to the voters of these two states.
One final question. If there was your top priority, if you were to become president, or if you were to reach out to parties asking to be chosen as president, you're going on a nationwide tour, what is that one priority that you would have as President of India?
I would tell them that this is the role and responsibility of the President of India. Please elect somebody who will live up to that role and that responsibility, and don't elect somebody who will become the rubber stamp of the Prime Minister. Then there is no checks and balances.
You are saying Draupadi Murmu would be a rubber stamp president.
I am not saying that. I am merely saying that anyone who goes to Rashtrapati Bhavan and behaves like a rubber stamp will not be serving the Constitution of India.